I am so excited to announce that Project Comeback is now officially available on my website, MissFitAndNerdy.com. It went live on Monday, January 7th, and so many of you have gotten it already, and I've gotten so much amazing feedback. Like, releasing something like this is genuinely a little bit scary to me because Project Comeback was very near and dear to my heart. It genuinely helped pull me out of kind of a really bad, dark place and made me just feel overall so much better. So I wanted to put that all into a program, and I poured my heart and soul into it, and so sharing it with the world was a little bit scary. I was scared that you guys would be disappointed or think it wasn't worth the money, but you guys have just been so supportive and so excited about it, and that just, it warms my little heart. I actually got a message from someone today saying that she's an exercise specialist and she bought the program and she was going through it, and she thinks it's really good. So I was like, okay, like if specialists think it's really good, we're good. For those of you who have not heard me talking about Project Comeback, it is my first ever fitness and lifestyle program designed to help you get from wherever you are now to where you want to be, essentially. And if you fell off track during the holidays and want to just get back on track, this program is literally for you. It addresses all 4 pillars of health. It has a physical activity section, which is not only lifting workouts, but also working on your step count, general movement, just being active. And then it also has a nutrition section that has recipes. It has example meal plans and like calorie programs depending on what your goals are. And then it has sections on sleep and stress that explain the importance of these. I have a ton of different sources cited, so there's a lot of great science in those sections, and it gives you kind of a program to help improve both of these, which in turn will help you get more out of your workouts and more out of your nutrition. There's also modifications written in there for pretty much any goal. You can use the program to lose fat, you can use it to build muscle, boost your metabolism, you can use it just to maintain and generally work on your health. There are dumbbell alternatives for all of the exercises, so if you only have dumbbells, if you can only work out from home, you can still do this program. I tried to make it as comprehensive as possible for a program where you're working your way up from like where you currently are to increasing intensity and increasing volume and stuff like that, and just overall improving your health and lifestyle. And because I was trying to make it as comprehensive as physically possible, it is 170 pages. There are over 30 scientific studies cited, and it's just jam-packed with a ton of, in my opinion, great information that's really great to learn and apply. I got a few requests for a preview of the ebook, so here's that. We got the table of contents, got some great recipes going on. The workouts are formatted like this so that you can like see them really easily at the gym, or you can print them out. There's also a gallery of exercise demonstrations for every single exercise. That is the one thing that I didn't do myself. Big shout out to my roommates, brothers, friends who helped me do all of that. But other than that, everything I did completely by myself. I don't have like a management team or a publisher or anything, so I designed the ebook. And then my mom was also a huge help. She did proofread it for me multiple times and helped me make sure that like everything was straightforward and made sense, and like once you go through it, you'll understand what you need to do to implement the entire program. And she also helped me find all my spelling errors because I suck at spelling. So thank you, mommy, I love you. And yeah, that's about it. I'm really excited about this. I genuinely am super proud of how it turned out, and I think you guys are gonna love it. If you do get it, be sure to let me know what you think about it. If you want to post about it, use the hashtag Project Comeback. That makes the most sense, and I will creep on all the posts with the hashtag Project Comeback. Bam! Breakfast of Champions, chocolate chai oatmeal topped with hemp seeds, coconut, and freeze-dried strawberries. Anyway, I thought now was as good of a time as any to have a little chit-chat, little heart-to-heart, because it's 2019, it's the new year. It's a good time for reflection as well as planning ahead for the future. Not gonna lie, 2018 was a rough year for more ways than one, but mostly because I worked way too hard. In high school, I took a bunch of AP classes. I was always studying. I was doing a bunch of different extracurriculars that I did enjoy, but also were for the purpose of getting me into a good college. And at that time, I thought, this is what working hard is. I'm working as hard as I can. And then all of my hard work got me into MIT, and I proceeded to work even harder because the classes were pretty darn hard. I was pushed really hard academically. I had to put in a lot of time and effort. I was also doing a few other extracurricular things on the side, and so at that time I thought, this is what hard work is. This is what it means to be working really hard towards my goals. Then I graduated, and I got a job. And somehow down the line, I ended up with 2 full-time jobs. Actually, now that I come to think of it, when 2018 started, I had 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job. I don't really know how I was alive. I was working 80+ hours a week, driving an extra 10 hours a week, and I had literally zero time for anything else. And so in 2018, I discovered what it meant to work too hard. I found my upper limit for how hard I can work without going actually insane. And I'm so thankful that my family is as understanding as they are, because they've done so much for me. They live 2 hours away and I have not been able to see them nearly as much as I should. I'm also immensely thankful that my boyfriend is as patient as he is, because he has supported me so well through this process, and his support has helped me do what I needed to do, but it has also meant that I have not had enough time to in turn be as supportive of a girlfriend as I think I should be. And lastly, I am thankful that I am as strong and resilient as I am, because Marissa the human, the one that has a soul and needs self-care and love, has been at the bottom of my priority list for the last year. I had 2 jobs that I was extremely excited about and passionate about and wanted to be successful at, and so consequently my #1 priority was work. And so this left me with very, very little extra time, and with that extra time I put that into my health and fitness as well as my relationships and stuff like that. And so there was no time left over for any amount of self-care. I think I took literally about 3 to 4 days off in the last year, including weekends. So I was working about 10 hours a day on weekends as well, and I had 3 or 4 days where I just didn't do anything. I remember one of those days my boss was actually on vacation, so I had a little bit of extra time, and I decided that I was going to just take the day, not do anything YouTube related, not do anything work related, and I was gonna like get a massage and just take care of myself and allow myself to relax. And something ended up going wrong, and I wasn't able to like schedule a massage or find a sauna that I could use, or basically line up anything that I wanted to do. And I completely melted down. I started crying. I was super stressed because I couldn't find a way to unstress, and it was like the worst feeling ever. And if you've been following my Project Comeback story, you know that I tried to solve this by cutting back my work hours, and so I started working part-time at my job. But because as soon as I started working part-time, I also started working on really putting together Project Comeback as an ebook and as a program, I was still working over 80 hours a week, and so it didn't really solve much. I did not realize how windy it would end up being outside, so we moved back home. But all of this was essentially to say that in 2019, my resolution is going to be to make Marissa the human more of a priority. And this is quite a vague resolution, so I'm gonna set a few little goals that I'm gonna try to achieve throughout the year to help me achieve this greater resolution, which, by the way, if you're setting a resolution, is something you should probably do. So first and most important thing is I'm going to be setting some sort of a work curfew. I am committing myself right now to making sure that I have at least 1 complete day off every other week, which I know does not sound like a lot, but coming from working basically 360 days out of the last year, taking 1 day off every other week sounds like a breath of fresh air. Ideally, I'd like to have 1 day off every single week, but I'm not quite ready to commit myself to that yet. Then I also want to commit to having a time of day that I stop working no matter what. I haven't quite figured out what I want my day schedule to look like yet, so I don't really know what that curfew is going to be, but I will figure that out in the next week or 2 and then stick to it. So ideally, maybe like I stop working after 9 p.m. every night, and if something's not done, I just don't finish it, I work on it the next day. With having my job be social media, it's really, really easy to just keep adding more and more work, because you can always make more content, and the more content you make, theoretically, the better you do with the algorithms and all of that stuff. So it's really easy for me to see that I'm wrapping up a project, finishing a video, finishing a series of Instagram posts, and then be like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do next, 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 and next, and this is going to help me achieve these goals, and I can just keep adding things because there's always things that you can do. Unlike an office job where you go to work and as soon as you leave work, you can't really take work home with you. With social media, my home and my life is my work, and I really want to figure out how to draw that line where I can cut my work off and just be and exist and have a break and not constantly be thinking about what I can be doing or should be doing. And another part of me prioritizing Marissa the human is going to be going back through Project Comeback and focusing specifically on these sleep and stress sections. So all of my community and VIP people started Project Comeback this week, so I'm gonna be doing it with all of you guys, and I'm gonna be going through the sleep and stress part, focusing specifically on improving those things and really committing to making sure that I get these really locked down so that Marissa the human can just be a happy little human. So that's what my 2019 is looking like. Forcing myself to take a step back from work, take a step back from always trying to make progress, and really focusing on making sure that I have balance in my life again. I want to see my family more. I want to be able to go to more of my boyfriend's events and be supportive. I want to spend more time with friends and make new friends. And hopefully by the end of the year, I will be a better Marissa who's healthier and has a much more balanced life. Last year, my resolution was essentially to improve my mobility and correct my imbalances. I did largely accomplish that. I went to a physical therapist. I can squat properly now. I can still feel the imbalances, but I'm much more aware of them and can correct them in the process, and I have a much better handle on my body, which is great. I did not do as much yoga as I was hoping to, but I did start using MAPS Prime and MAPS Prime Pro as my pre and post workout routines, and that has improved my mobility tremendously. If you want to improve your mobility and maximize the effectiveness of your workouts this year, I highly recommend those programs. They completely changed the way that I exercised and the way that my body moved in 2018. So with that in mind, I don't really have any super specific fitness or aesthetic goals for 2019. I think what I want to do now that I've gotten back to a point where my body is back to a leanness that I'm used to being at and I feel much more fit and healthy, I kind of want to play around with doing a real bulk. About a year and a half ago, I said I was committing to a bulk, and then I ended up getting a job and working 80 hours a week and never really got around to that. I just kind of gained a little bit of fat in the last year. But this time I want to really actually bulk and try to shape my body more rather than just decrease my fat. So I think I might try to be building some muscle, gain a little bit of weight. I want hamstrings. If there's one thing that I change about my body this year, I want hamstrings, because I have like no hamstrings. A lot of you guys have also requested videos about reverse dieting and increasing your metabolism, so I think I might put myself on a track to do that while I'm trying to build muscle and stuff like that and document that process for you guys and talk through it. So if you do think that'll be helpful, if you do want to see that, let me know down below. As far as setting your own resolutions for this year goes, if your resolution is to get back on track with your health and fitness or improve your health and fitness at all, I do highly recommend Project Comeback, because it outlines very well how to go from where you are to where you want to be and sets little goals for you to achieve along the way. But if you don't want to get that, I do still recommend, if you have some sort of a resolution, to set small, sustainable, achievable goals throughout the year and try to hit those. A general resolution of I want to lose fat or I want to get fit doesn't really give you a journey. It just gives you an ultimate destination, but there's zero path to get to where you want to go. You need to lay out the specific stepping stones that you want to step on that will lead you to your goal. Anyway, I feel like this video was a little bit rambly, on a little bit maybe off topic, but I don't know, I feel like you guys should know where I am in life, what I'm working with, what I'm trying to accomplish. So hopefully it was a little bit insightful and helped you guys understand where I'm at. Please let me know down in the comments what kind of content you want to see on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram in 2019. Of course, I want to give you guys what you want to see, what's going to be most helpful and beneficial for you, so let me know so that I can make those videos. In the meantime, I hope you guys have an amazing 2019. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, because it really does support me and my channel and I really appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends and your family and your neighbors. Please subscribe for more videos. Hit the notification button so you don't miss those videos, and I will see you very soon. Bye.